Okay, so you should have your piece of paper folded, and you should have these three flaps cut out onto the front page. What I want you to write on these three tabs, we're gonna hopefully write the things that you should have noticed in that parallel perpendicular line inquiry activity that you started in class the other day and finished for homework. What I want you to write in the top one is parallel. The middle one you want to write perpendicular. And the last one you want to write neither. So that's the front. Now turn on the inside and on the back of each of those flaps, we're going to draw a picture of what these things look like. So this top flap, parallel lines, they're ones that are never going to cross. So you want to draw something like that. Lines going on forever that are not going to cross each other. Second flap down, these are perpendicular lines, and they do cross each other, but specifically they cross each other at a right angle. So we're going to draw a little symbol there, which hopefully we all remember means that that's a right angle. And then this last one, lines that are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. There's a wide variety of things that you can write there. So for example, you can draw a picture of a horizontal line. Let's draw our axis first. So that's my x and y axis. And you can draw pretty much anything. I'm going to draw like the line y equals 5 and the line y equals x. We talked about that before. Hopefully you'll draw it a little bit neater so they're not going into the other flaps up there. But that's an example of not being parallel or perpendicular. So I'll give you a second to finish that. And once we're done with that, flip to that back flap and we'll finish off our last pieces of this. And we're just going to write a little blurb about what each of them is. So the top one is our parallel line, remember. So what we're going to write there is parallel lines are lines that have the same slope but different y-intercepts. So an example could be if I have the line y equals 2x minus 7 and the line y equals 2x plus 5. And I think most of you, from what I saw, are pretty good with the idea that this is my slope. This thing's got a slope of 2. But the y-intercept, where it crosses that y-axis, for both of them are different. So that makes them so that they're not the exact same line, but also that they're never going to cross each other. Perpendicular slopes, again, something that hopefully you noticed in that activity we ended class with. We're going to define as lines whose slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. So an example I'll give there, I'll start with the same 2x minus 7. But in order to make a parallel line to that, I want to take that slope of 2 and I want to flip it and negate it. So instead of a slope of 2, it'll have a slope of negative 1/2. And then this last one, an example of lines that are neither parallel or perpendicular to each other, I'll actually put down that same example of the last one, and I'm going to say that there is no relationship between the slopes. So these top two up here, I can make a statement like the slopes are the same, or the slopes are negative reciprocals. If I'm looking at something like the line y equals 5 and the line y equals x, the line y equals 5 has a slope of 0, whereas y equals x has a slope of 1. So I can't really make any kind of blanket statement about those two.